Hey guys, AJ here, and if you're anything like me, you love retro games. It's just something about it that makes it great. Is it because it's old, or you played it as a kid, or the backstory behind the game itself? Well, doesn't matter, because I just stole an unopened N64. Well, I'm not making it into heaven.
Retro games. If you're a new or old gamer, you've probably heard about the classics. When I say the classics, I mean the Atari, NES, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, the list goes on. And you're probably wondering, why should we care about some old classic games? And if you're actually thinking that, please go wash your mouth out with soap. And the reason why you should care about it is because it's video games. But seriously, there's something about retro video games. It's like a certain charm that adds to the gaming experience. Because as a new gamer, I feel like you wouldn't get the spark like other gamers would. Unless this is the reason you wanted to become a gamer. You were probably watching all these videos and you were like, screw the PlayStation 5, I want to play the Atari. And that's where collecting video games comes in. Now, I don't have a lot of retro games, but I really want to start getting into game collecting. And you're probably wondering, why do you want to start collecting video games?
Well, we have to go a long ways back for that. By meaning a long ways back for that, I mean 4 years ago.
The year was 2017 and I was years old. And the Nintendo Switch just came out and oh boy, I was excited. I thought it was crazy how you could just play on the TV at home or play it on the go. It was insane. Me and my family went to the midnight release of the Nintendo Switch and Breath of the Wild. My dad got a Switch for him. Of course he let us play on it sometimes, but he was mostly the one playing on it. My dad, being the nice guy he is, he got me Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. Now let me say this, I had a lot of gaming consoles. I had the GameCube, the Wii U, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 4, and I had a lot of games for it. And week after week, I got more hooked on Breath of the Wild. But then, I got sick. Not to say it was a big deal, it was a cold, but sometimes I wish I never had that cold. So one day, I was laying down on the couch, like I always do, and my mom walks in and says, "Dad wants to talk to you." So I picked up the phone and said, "Hello?" And of course, my dad asked, "How am I feeling?" Stuff like that. But then he said, "Do you want to switch?" And I didn't hesitate. I said yes. My dad got home and said, "If you want to get the Switch right now, you have to trade in some stuff." And like an idiot, I said okay. That right there was the biggest mistake of my life. I was just blinded with the brand spanking new Switch and just gave it all away. And I just got the new Galaxy 3DS for Christmas and just gave it all away. And of course, I got my Switch and I loved it. I'm not using the same Switch right now because the screen broke because of my little brother Aiden, so thanks Aiden! And now, it has been 4 years since that has happened, and I still hate what I did even today. So that brings up the question, why do I want to start collecting video games? Okay, so I've been watching people with gaming collections like Angry Video Game Nerd. Even though I've only seen a little bit of one of his videos, I loved how his game collection looked. And I was struck with guilt. I wanted to make up for it. And I kinda have a decent amount for just starting. I might as well show you all my gaming collection. So here is my bookshelf / TV stand. I plan on buying a media shelf in the future, but right now this will do fine. As you can see, my Nintendo Switch that my sister gave to me after my little brother Aiden broke my other Switch. Again, thanks Aiden! And I also have an original Xbox, the N64, that my dad grew up with. I mean, the N64 is fine, but my all-time favorite Nintendo console has to be the GameCube. I don't have it, but I plan on getting it. And here's the PlayStation, the classic. Y'all are probably wondering, AJ, what's your favorite video games on the PlayStation? Resident Evil and Frogger 2. To be honest, I have more memories of Frogger 2, so I might like Frogger 2 just a little bit more than Resident Evil. And here are all my games. As you can see, I have a lot of Switch games, and that's because it's the newest Nintendo console. And then we have my 3DS games. One of my favorites is Shovel Knight. It has the manual and the soundtrack, and it's pretty cool how I didn't lose those. And then we have the GameCube games. We have Crazy Taxi, and it's awesome. And then we have Resident Evil 4, a classic, and my favorite Resident Evil game. And then we have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I mean, I'm not really a big RPG guy, so I never got into Crystal Chronicles, but not to say it's not a good game, it's amazing, but I just never really got into it. And then here's the only PC game that I have, Minecraft Story Mode. It's funny how I've had this game for a year and I still haven't beaten it. Then I have only one PlayStation 4 game, Rocksmith. It's Rocksmith, there's not that much to say about it. And then we have the PlayStation games. We have the original Resident Evil with the demo of Resident Evil 2. Moving on to the Xbox games, then we have Doom 3. I played it a little bit, but it was alright, I guess. Some sports games for the Dreamcast. I didn't have the case, so I just put it in these cases. Then we have the N64 games. The Nintendo 64 isn't my favorite Nintendo console, but boy, it had some games. I don't have Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. I do have Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64. And these.
And yeah, that's my collection so far. I do plan on getting more in the future, but this'll do for right now. Ooh, something in the mail. Let's see. Thank you. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see, from the game store. Hello, we are fine that you took the unopened N64. Good, because I wasn't planning on returning it. But we have something to give you. For me, I wonder what it is. Better than nothing.